Attack on Titan, this juggernaut of a name in the anime industry, it's finally ended, and it's left behind a revolutionary legacy of memories. Love it or hate it, the legacy the show has left behind cannot be undermined because it's had one of the biggest impacts on anime in recent years, at least that I know of. Now, pretty much ending with the title of being one of the most popular shows of all time, it's essentially solidified its place as one of the greats. It's going to be one of those shows we all look back at in 10, 20 years and be like, wow, that really was a great show. And we'll talk about how we miss watching those hype moments for the first time again. The past 10 years, it's developed a world, characters, and a plot that's engulfed the anime sphere and even become a nostalgic experience for many people, holding tremendous sentimental value for several kids, teens, and adults. It's almost as if we grew alongside Eren. And speaking of Eren, not only has Eren's character development been insane, especially with this finale, because, yes, he's had his ups, he's had his downs. Sometimes you recognize that he truly is this really great character, but sometimes, especially in this finale, you kind of see that he sometimes is very selfish and can even be sometimes fairly shallow. So he's kind of proven himself as one of the greatest protagonists but also antagonists of all time, even with these ups and downs in the character writing here and there. Like the shift from Eren's character from season 1 to season 3 and even the final season part 1, it broke the internet several times over. And you had twist upon twist upon twist upon twist in the plot, the characters, and overall the Attack on Titan world. The ending just shows how different the whole show's become from its original just fighting titans and being like a regular shonen almost. It's kind of just become almost like a lesson on the real world and how people really are. So, with this finale, the characters and Eren's objective and essentially his ideals were truly revealed, giving us so much insight into how impactful or deep Eren's character truly goes. And yeah, I get it. The ending itself was relatively similar to the manga, and many people didn't really like that ending. You either liked the ending or you didn't like it at all. Mappa in the anime did flesh out some scenes a little more and attempted to explain some parts more to make it less jarring to the audience, but I still think it'll definitely have mixed reviews from person to person. And yeah, this ending is relatively controversial. There were definitely some scenes that probably shouldn't have been there or probably could have been improved upon to truly end this anime in a state that most people really think upholds the great significance AOT holds for a lot of people, and it definitely could have been improved upon. But personally, I still think the ending was fine, and it wrapped up the story relatively well. It essentially proved Eren's point that there's no way to truly stop the cycle of hatred and war. It's essentially human nature, the human condition to fight and go to war with others. No matter what Eren did, humans would have continued going to war with each other. What he was able to do, though, was give his friends, those that meant the most to him, a life that they could peacefully and freely live without all those worries about war and fighting each other until their old ages and their deaths. The end credits showed this, with Mikasa peacefully growing old and dying with her scarf after saying a final goodbye to the Eren tree. I'm guessing that's all of his friends were able to live this long, free, and peaceful life that Eren wished for. But afterwards, essentially after all his friends died away, we saw that humanity kept growing, industrialization and futurization, and eventually they returned to war regardless of what Eren did. This essentially showed that human nature and war are essentially inevitable. People will continue fighting no matter what. It gives an idea onto, like, Eren saw the future. He saw that this cycle of hatred would continue, and so he took that very rash, very aggressive action in ending off 80% of humanity. And it shows that he understood that this cycle wouldn't end. So he just wanted to give his friends a good life that probably wouldn't have happened if the Titans were still there. So the end credits, we see that the Eren tree survives through all of this war and hatred that continues to happen. And it once again proves this point that Eren was never meant to stop the war altogether. He just wanted to erase the Titan curse and give the possible chance of true peace and freedom, which could never really happen if the Titans continued to exist. He knew this, and he knew regardless that humans would most likely continue hating each other and continue fighting with each other, because that's just the nature of humans and what we are, really. Humans are driven by fear of the unknown. They're driven by the fear of those with power or those different to themselves. Fear of what might happen if they don't proactively take action against those different from them. Those factors lead to these conflicts as each person fears for their own life, their own well-being, and as a result, wars and fights and opposing beliefs and ideals and people, they all clash. They clash with each other, and they never truly understand one another. So Eren understood this fact, and that's why he understood that this future was going to happen regardless of what he did, and he accepted it for what it is, and just did the best he could for the lives of the friends he knew he could make an impact on. And because I kind of viewed it like that, I thought the ending was fine. It proved that point. It kind of resolved Eren's character. It kind of resolved the plot of AOT, and kind of taught us that humans would just be like this. It's just human nature. There definitely could have been tweaks to some scenes to make it less controversial, but I still think the journey Attack on Titan has taken me, my friends, and several people through this great world. It can't just be downplayed because of those small moments, you know? This story, this world, this legacy AOT has established, all the memories and hype moments it's given us, it makes me really sad to say that it's all over, it's done, and the show's ended. But it really has finally finished, and we're here to witness this masterpiece of a show end. I definitely have to thank Hajime Isayama for making such a great anime like AOT, and I definitely think many people around the world feel the same way with how culturally impactful the show has been to not only me, but a lot of people around the world with different cultures, different ideals, and even in the presence of all our difference, it's kind of great that we can say we all can come together and enjoy this show, kind of proving the point of AOT, you know. And so for me and all the AOT fans around the world, one last time, Shinzou Sasageyo!
飛び去りし鳥の残した後に草木は芽吹き今年もまた春が来る冬を置き去りに巡る季節に恨み歌えどあなたは二度と 誰にも告げず
レクイエムレクイエム棺には君が愛した花を罪を許すなら暁を照らせ
Die Welt das Schwert des Jungen zerbrochen hat, wird die Spitze des Wolkenkratzers erreichen und auf den Turmbau zur Bubble lachend hinunterblicken. Hass und Zorn sind eine zweischneidige Klinge. Die Geschichte wiederholt sich.
運命を増やせよと大地にして鋼鉄の鳥を空へ放った自由は無縁の弓矢となって何度も繰り返す繰り返す意志の捨てられずにいる臆病な俺たちが見上げた空流星に似たメイクの弓矢歴史が繰り返すそれはゼロになる聞こえるか森を出ろ何度道に迷う